Hey y'all, I'm Renee with Renee's Renovation. Today, we're going to dive into the actual cost of everything involved in moving a double-wide mobile home. Now, I understand that, these prices are going to vary in your area, so just keep in mind, these were the actual prices that we paid for everything from start to finish. The price of the home, all the way down to, like I said, the dirt work, skirting, septic, plumbing, you name it. I'm going to give it all to you right here. I do realize that you may live in an area that the cost of these things may be more, maybe less. But my goal here today in making this video is that if you are considering moving a new mobile home, or purchasing a used mobile home, double wide mobile home, and moving it onto property, my goal here today is that you would know the cost of everything, at least have a general idea where you can count the cost of what this is going to be before you dive into it. So I hope this video helps. If you haven't checked out my previous videos, go to Renee's Renovation. The one where I do the full tour of this home, I think is a part 2 on there. You'll see the before and after photos. I do a walkthrough and show you every room before and after we did the remodel. Y'all, the biggest thing we did in this house was take up the flooring. It had carpet in one half of the home and it had rollout vinyl in the other half. By far, the biggest transformation was replacing these floors by getting rid of that seam down the middle of a mobile home that has that transition piece. Huge difference. That, and we painted every square inch of this house. That's after fixing the upwards of 60 something cracks in the sheetrock, because this home does have real sheetrock. This is a 2020 Winston Houston, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's about 1,920 square feet. I'll give you the actual dimensions when we get outside. I've got all my figures, waiting to tell y'all. So I've never shown y'all the outside before, just because there is so much to still be done out there. So bear with us. I told you in the last video, this is real life for us. We're doing this a little bit at a time as we go. So let's head on outside, and I'm going to show you my daughter and son-in-law's property, how we came to the conclusion that this home would actually even fit on their property. So let's go outside and take a look around, and I'm gonna show you everything. So we actually found our home, this 2020 Winston Houston, on Facebook Marketplace for $115,000. For us to be able to figure out if the home would fit on our property, we literally got outside on the property with yellow tape and just marked it off. We had been looking at homes that were way larger than this one. Some were 80 and 84 feet long, but at the end of the day, when we actually got out there and marked it off with the yellow tape, we realized that anything bigger than the 64 foot would just be overwhelming. So as you can see, the property really needed some clearing. It needed some trees taken down. So we found a guy in our local area that was able to clean up the property for us and build our pad and our driveway. So he did this 64 by 30 house pad for $2,500 and brought in the dirt and made our driveway for us for $3,500. So in total, we're looking at about $6,000 just for dirt work, the loads of dirt, and for him actually, building the drive, putting in a culvert, and our house pad. Here our home is being moved onto the property and being set up on the house pad. Our home was moved from Van Cleve, Mississippi to Seminary, Mississippi, which is a little over 100 miles. So this actually cost us about $9,000 to have it moved and set up. Moving a double wide mobile home of this size is going to run you anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000 to possibly $15,000, depending on the size of the home and how far they have to move the home. The other thing they consider is the layout of your property. If it has a lot of hills, or if it's going to be, rough getting the home onto the property, the price goes up from there. The other thing we did, we had the plastic put down under the home as a moisture barrier. All new mobile homes require that. We just went on and did it as an extra protection. That's going to run you about an extra $400, but it is a moisture barrier. It would keep your floors from getting any moisture in the floors. I highly recommend adding the plastic underneath it. Then you're looking at trim out. Trim out's where when they piece your home back together, they come and add the vinyl back to the ends. And we'll talk further about that, later on. They put your trim work back inside your home. All of that is going to be about another $2,000 to $2,500. Okay, y'all, let's talk electrical for a minute. See this power pole laying on the ground? Y'all, we thought we were doing so good by getting this pole from the previous owner. Thought we were going to save a little bit of money, but much to our surprise, where we live, the electric company will not allow you to have a square pole. So we had to buy this round pole, which ran about $100. We were very fortunate to be able to get the box from the previous owner, so we didn't have to pay for that. All we had to pay for was for an electrician to come out. He did run the electrical in the ground under our driveway. So he ran a PVC pipe. All he charged us for was the PVC and the labor to do that for us, which ran about $300. So all in all, the pole and running it under our driveway was about $400. Now on to the AC. When your home is moved, if you're moving a used mobile home, the company that you hire to move the home will disconnect everything involved with your AC unit inside, but you have to hire a licensed technician to come handle everything on the outside. Thank goodness my son is an HVAC technician, so he handled all of this for us. That's my son and my daughter there. I'm glad they have muscles because they're the ones that moved it and set it up for me. My son said that to do everything that he did would probably run about $500. He did have to put some type of vacuum on the system to pull any moisture out of it because it had just been sitting for months, and that was just an extra precaution that he wanted to take to make sure there was no moisture in the unit since it had set up for a little while. You'll have to have the Freon put back in, whether the technician, recovers your Freon or you have to have new Freon put back in. That would be an extra expense. Now on to the skirting. Y'all, we still have so much to do. This is why I haven't shown y'all the outside until now. But I would highly recommend getting as much of the skirting from the previous owner as you can. We were fortunate to be able to reuse about 2/3 of the old skirting that we got from the previous owner. I'm so glad we were able to use a good bit of the skirting from the previous owner because y'all, this stuff is not cheap at all. Ours is a charcoal color, and I think it is a little bit more expensive than some of the other colors, but the pieces come in 12 foot long by 16 inches wide, and you cut them to your measurements. Our elevations were a little bit different on the back of our house than the previous owner had. So, we had to buy new for the whole back of our house. It runs about $25 a panel. So all in all for us, I think it ended up costing us a little over $600 just to finish the back of our home. So the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is getting your water hooked up. But I thought we'd go on a walk for a minute and I'd just show you where my daughter and son-in-law live. This is their property and their beautiful home. For years, they have been asking us to move into the area and just to live near them. So after about a year of trying to find a home in the area and even getting quotes from builders to build a house, the price of housing had just skyrocketed and we just didn't want to carry a mortgage into our retirement, y'all. So they suggested we just put a mobile home on their property, and that's what we did, and here we are. You can see how close we are to our family. And y'all, we love being near family. We love being able to see our grandson every day and watch him grow up. I really hope this video helps you if you're thinking about moving a mobile home onto property that you own, or possibly property that you and your family share together. I really hope that it helps y'all make the decision to count the cost of everything involved before you make that decision. I haven't forgotten about water. While I'm out here walking by the road, I'm gonna tell y'all that in our area, for the water department to come out, our water supply line was across the road. So they did charge us a fee to bore across the road. That fee was $475. Then you have your water meter and your deposits and all of that. So all in all, what we paid to the water company was $1,160. So I haven't forgotten about plumbing and septic. So we're gonna take a walk and look at what we have left to do on the land, and then we'll talk about that. Y'all, we still got a lot of clearing to do on the land. We're still working on the deck. My son-in-law's building that for me. Still got to get the railing up, and I've got to paint that. Still got to have rock put down on the driveway. That's going to run about another $2,500 to $3,000 maybe. We're doing a covered parking area back here. We've got a parking pad, and then the plan is to build a massive screen room on the back of the house. I personally think that when we get everything finished, I think it's going to be really nice. And I so look forward to spending many years here. Let's go on and talk about the septic. Before you can put your septic in, the county has to come out and do what's called a perk test. That tells them how much field line you need for the number of people living in your home. That ran us $150 in our area to have the perk test done. Our home called for a 750-gallon septic tank. The people we hired to put ours in went on and upgraded the size to 1,000 gallons. That ran us $3,900 for the septic tank. The plumbing on this home, to run all the plumbing underneath the house, all PVC pipe, ran us $1,250. So now you guys know everything start to finish. We bought this home for $115,000, and all in, when all said and done, everything from septic, electric, building our driveway, even when we finish decks and things like that, we'll be all in about $150,000. So I had a few questions in my last video, people asking about financing. So for us, we sold a stick house that we had some equity in. We went to our banker, and I know that a lot of mortgage companies won't touch a used mobile home, so that's a downfall. For us, our banker was able to he financed this like a car loan at 4% interest. The bank will go 5 to 7 years. It ended up, y'all, being actually about $120 less a month than we were currently paying on our mortgage. And that mortgage we would have been paying well into our retirement. So we think this ended up being a really good decision for us. So if you're thinking about undergoing this process, I hope this video helped you. If you know someone who's thinking about it, please send the video to them so they can count the costs before they get into this process. I hope this helped, and y'all check out my other video that has the full before and after and the tour of the inside of the home. And I hope this helped you guys. God bless.